I don't think that this is a particularly significant result. Arsenal drew at home, but it doesn't really matter because everything that Mikel Arteta's men need to do now is fully focused on what happens at the Bernabeu. This result, this game, it basically insignificant. It was kind of inconvenient. I don't think that any Arsenal fan would be at all preoccupied by what they have just witnessed in the Premier League clash against Brentford. I'm sure there are some Arsenal fans that are dreaming of somehow still launching a serious and sustained bid of winning the league. There is still the hope that it could happen, but ultimately it's all about Madrid. And you could see from the way that Mikel Arteta rotated his players, from the selection that Mikel Arteta put out there, that was his focus as well. And the chances are Arsenal are going to go to the Bernabeu in the week and possibly have the greatest night of their lives. It's possible and highly likely that Arsenal are going to go to the Bernabeu and launch Real Madrid out of the European Cup. That is almost definitely going to happen, but is it definitely going to happen? Like, there is a chance that it won't be the best night of Arsenal fans' lives. There is a chance that it won't be Mikel Arteta's defining moment. There is a chance that it could go wrong. But ultimately, I don't see that happening. If you do, if you're an Arsenal fan and you're nervous, if you're an Arsenal fan and you can see a world where it doesn't go your way, a world where Kylian Mbappe opens a scoring after 20 minutes and ultimately you are on a hiding to nothing, do let me know. 03717 223344. We're going to dive straight into the phone lines now and we're going to speak to Mick, the Newcastle fan. How are you, Nick? How are you, Mick?
Oh, good evening, Ross. How are you? Okay?
Yeah, very well, sir. How are you?
Yeah, fine. It's unbelievable season for us. So,
yeah.
But, it took us 70 years, for to win that cup, This is going to blow your mind. When the last time we did the double over Man United?
Go on.
It was 94 years ago.
Is it really?
In the 1930s, yeah.
Gosh.
So,
and it feels quite likely tomorrow, doesn't it?
Oh, I tell you this, everybody's up for it, In fact, I'm going to go as far and say that I think we'll finish second, I think we'll catch Arsenal. I think there's so many of the clubs taking their eye off the ball and we're just getting the switch back on again,
Now, look, don't get me wrong here, Mick. I think that Eddie Howe has done a remarkable job. I think it's incredible the way that he's built Newcastle up and the way that you dismantled both Arsenal in the semi-final and obviously the way that you won the cup against Liverpool. It's historic. You really have done something special this season. And Eddie Howe is, I think, the jewel in the crown of everything good that's happening at Newcastle at the moment. But you're getting a bit carried away. You're not going to finish second, are you? You're currently seventh.
Oh, I honestly believe we will finish second this year. I mean, bless Eddie Howe, he's in hospital at the minute.
Yeah, I saw he might not even be there tomorrow.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's definitely not going to be there tomorrow. So bit of a blow. But I tell you what it is, the fans will make sure that he has the best night ever. But it's up here you just wouldn't believe it. You're talking about 300,000 people that were at the bus stage, watching the bus parade. So there's only 300,100 people. That's the population of Newcastle, Obviously, you've got to have somebody to pull the pints, so...
Yeah. No, amazing. So overall, then, you're very confident. If you think you're going to finish second, Newcastle United are going to be playing in the Champions League next season.
Honestly, I'm so confident because, we're not just grinding out results, the team's on a they're on a high, we didn't go to second year against Leicester, and I think, everybody knows about the 94 year record up here, so yet another record's going to be broken, and then I think really, you look at some of the games we've got, Ipswich we've got, and I think the tough games are going to be Crystal Palace midweek, and then we've got Aston Villa away,
Okay, with all that in mind, Mick, with everything brilliant that Newcastle have done this season, there is one pitfall for being so good. People start eyeing up your players. There is a world where Liverpool maybe decide to spend big money and try and reinforce their striking options. Is there a world where you lose Alexander Isak? Are you worried about the vultures circling and coming for some of your best players?
Yeah, there's two things. First of all, he's on a 3-year contract. I know contracts mean nothing these days, but I think he had his eyes open with that bus parade. He just and when you listen to some of the people who are at the ground, one of my friends, the kit man, he says it's just the whole place is absolutely buzzing, and nobody has experienced in their football lifetime what they're experiencing now. That's the feedback that we're all getting.
So you're not worried. You're not worried, like. Cause...
The only thing is that you remember was it Coutinho went from Liverpool for 100 million to Barcelona, and then they bought Van Dijk and a couple of other players, and that became the spine, if you like, of a successful Liverpool team,
Yeah.
But I think I just think that we've got the financial backing. Obviously, the fair play thing is just totally it's strapping us, from actually exploding on the world scene, But do you know what it is? I don't even think Newcastle fans want that. I think we want to see the steady progress.
Yeah.
We don't want the instant.
No. You've built it perfectly. I agree. You've built it perfectly, haven't you, Mick? Like when the money first came in, there was all that talk about Mbappe. You've actually done a far better job of building it steadily. You've got a wonderful team. I think you've got the best midfield in the league. You've got a wonderful manager, like a truly brilliant manager who I think is only moving in one direction. So congratulations to you, Mick. We're going to continue talking Newcastle, actually, because we have Gary. Gary, sir, you are live on talkSPORT.
How are you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, very well, very well. I'm enjoying this. That's like Geordie Fest going on. You was over the moon as Mick was?
Oh, do you know what it is? He's robbed all me thunder, because I was going to say exactly the same. Fair enough. All the best to the gaffer. I hope he gets better soon. I don't know what it is that he's been admitted to hospital for, because it's always concerning, that sort of stuff. But what I was going to say is, looking at the fixtures, I mean, Christ, we could be third spot in 2 games.
That's unbelievable. I mean, we've just spoken to Mick, who seems to genuinely think that there's a chance that Newcastle are going to finish second in the league. That feels far too optimistic to me, but does that make sense to you?
Well, the thing is, everybody's going to drop points, and we're going to drop points as well. And maybe the fixtures don't go away. And because that happens. I've been doing this over 45 years, and I always say it, and you always get optimistic about this, that, and the other. Then we're going to beat these, and we're going to beat them, and then they turn up and have the game of their life.
Yeah, I mean, it's very true. And I tell you what, my wife is a Geordie, and she's trying to convince my daughter Clementine to be a Newcastle fan, which I'm massively pushing back on. But she might have timed it right. It's do the glory years potentially await her?
Well, the thing is, it's funny that you've said that, because my great niece is called Clementine as well.
There we go.
That's the first time I've ever heard that as a girl's name, But the thing is, right, I told my boys, I've got 2 boys, I've got one, they'll be 30 and 25 this year, and I told them, have grandchildren, because one of the family might see some success. Now, don't get us wrong, I'm over the whole Carabao Cup final. It was nice, it was wonderful, I thought we played well. And I heard what you said before about people being the vultures, sweeping around our best talent, right? I never wanted Anthony Gordon at the Town. Never wanted him anywhere near the Town. And I tell you what it is, I would propose to him tomorrow if I had a ring.
Mate, do you know what, Gary? I've made some drastic errors in predictions that I've made over the years, and people have really, really had a go at me. And they're right. I've gone fairly bold on some of the things that I've said, and I've been proved to be drastically wrong on some of them. Nobody really knows this because it didn't go viral. But the worst thing I've ever said, when Chelsea were linked with Anthony Gordon, I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I didn't think he was particularly good. I didn't understand why we would be after him. I didn't see what he would bring to our side. I just thought he was a distinctly average player playing for Everton. Now I'm saying that England should basically build a team around what he can do on one side and Saka can do on the other. He's a remarkable talent, isn't he?
I tell you the other one as well, mate, Tino Livramento.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, he's at Chelsea.
Oh, mate, he's and so was the Harvey Barnes. Yeah, I mean, what Eddie Gordon's done for the Town, in my eyes, and from what I've seen in the past anyway, is he's starting to build up a proper sort of like nucleus of talent.
Yeah, I agree. It's been brilliant. I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to both Geordies. Gary, thank you so much. And I just want to say that everybody at talkSPORT obviously sends Eddie Howe loads of love and wish him all the best.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.